Welcome to this model. In this model, let us have an insight of respiration rate measurement. Respiration system provides a means of acquiring oxygen and eliminating CO2. Various laws are involved in the understanding of respiratory functions. So respiration is nothing but the interchange of gases between an organism and the living medium. Internal respiration is the exchange of gases between the bloodstream and nearby cells. External respiration is the exchange of gases between the lungs and the bloodstream. Before going into the respiration rate measurement, let us recall some of the gas laws which may be useful for measuring this respiration rate. Boyle's law states that at a constant temperature, the volume of gas varies inversely with the pressure. V2 by V1 is equal to P2 by P1. Here, T is a constant and V2 is the final volume and V1 is the initial volume, P1 is the original pressure and P2 is the final pressure. Charles' law states that at the constant pressure, the volume of gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. V2 by V1 is equal to T2 by T1, where V2 and V1 are the final and initial volume, and T1 is the original temperature and T2 is the final temperature. Henry's law states that if the temperature is constant, the quantity of a gas that goes into a solution is directly proportional to the partial pressure of the gas, and the gas with a greater partial pressure will have more mass in solution. And Dalton's law states that the total pressure exerted by a mixture of gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of the various gases. So Pt is equal to P1 plus P2 plus up to Pn. Pt is the total pressure, P1, P2, P3 and so on are the partial pressure of the various gases. So respiration can be of two types as I said earlier. It may be of internal respiration or external respiration. The respiration parameters are used to indicate the state of the respiratory function, including lung volumes and capacities, airway resistance and lung compliances. And dead air, the only a portion of the air entering the respiratory system actually reaches the alveoli. The volume of air that is not available for gas exchange with the blood is known as dead air. The total dead space is less than 30% of the total volume. The tidal volume is the depth of breathing or the volume of gas inspired or expired during each respiratory cycle. It is equal to 500 ml for a normal person. It is the inspiratory reverse volume is the maximum amount of gas that can be inspired from the end inspiratory position, and it is equal to 3600 ml for a normal person. And expiratory reserve volume is the maximum amount of gas that can be end expiratory level. It is equal to 1200 ml. And the residual volume is the amount of gas remaining in the lungs at the end of the maximal expiration. It is equal to 1200 ml. And the minute volume is the volume of air breathed normally for 1 minute. The total lung capacity is the amount of gas contained in the lungs at the end of the maximal inspiration, and it is the sum of the inspiratory capacity and functional residual capacity. TLC is of 6000 ml for a normal person. And one more thing is the vital capacity. Vital capacity is the maximum amount of gas that can be expelled from the lungs by forceful effort from maximal inspiration. It is 4800 ml for a normal person. The inspiratory capacity is the maximum amount of gas that can be inspired from the resting expiratory level, and it is the sum of the tidal volume and the inspiratory reserve volume. It is equal to 3600 ml for a normal person. And the functional residual capacity is the amount of gas remaining in the lungs at the resting expiratory level. Airway resistance relates to the ease of with air flows through tubular respiratory structures, and smaller tubes airway resistance is high. Lung compliance is the ability of the alveolar and lung tissue to expand on inspiration. Lung elasticity is the ability of the lungs elastic tissues to recoil during expiration. And endothoracic pressure is the positive and negative pressure occur within the thoracic cavity. Respiration rate can be measured by any of the methods called displacement method, thermistor method, impedance method, CO2 method and apnea detector. And the three basic types of measurement which are used to evaluate the state of lungs and the respiratory process are ventilation, distribution, and diffusion. Ventilation deals with the determination of the ability of the body to displace the air volume quantitatively and at the speed at which it moves with the air. Spirometers are used in ventilation measurement. Distribution indicates the degree of lung obstructions for the flow of air and also determine the residual volume of air that cannot be removed from the lungs. Pneumotachometers are used to measure the instantaneous rate of volume flow of respired gas. And the diffusion indicates the lungs ability to exchange gas with the circulatory system or the rate at which gas is exchanged with the bloodstream. Gas analyzers are used in the diffusion measurement. Now let us have a look into spirometer. The spirometer consists of a water tank, a bell jar immersed upside down into the water, and a tube extending into the airspace inside the bell jar. One end of the string is attached to the bell jar and the other to a weight via two pulleys. The subject is asked to breathe into the tube via the mouthpiece. That you can see in this figure. This is the mouthpiece, and when the subject is asked to breathe via this mouthpiece, the airflow will go into this place, and this bell jar will move up and down. So during every cycle of inspiration and expiration, the bell jar moves up and down depending upon the volume of the air inspired or expired into or from the airspace inside the jar. The weight attached to the other end of the string moves up and down accordingly. A pen may be attached to the weight to make a graph on a paper attached to a rotating drum. Otherwise, the third arm of a potentiometer may be attached to a weight to obtain the electrical signal corresponding to the movement of the weight. The resultant graph is called kymograph. Pneumotachograph using strain gauge is an instrument to measure the patient's airflow rate during respiration and vital capacity of lung. Nowadays, strain gauge transducers is used to sense the line airflow to get better accuracy. The airflow changes the resistance of the strain gauge. Strain gauge is attached to a Wheatstone bridge and it forms one arm of the bridge. A dummy strain gauge is fixed in the opposite arm to eliminate error from changing ambient temperature. The other two arms have resistance of a strain gauge. And hence the balance of the bridge is upset and an output voltage VAB is developed and amplified by a differential amplifier. Integrator integrates the output from AD and gives the output. Pneumotachograph using strain gauge. This diagram shows the pneumotachograph, and the respiratory rate can also be measured using displacement method. That is, in this method, the transducer is held by elastic band which goes around the chest, and the respiratory movement results in a corresponding resistance changes of the strain gauge. It is connected to one arm of the Wheatstone bridge circuit. Its output varies with chest expansion. This output corresponds to the respiration activity. And in using thermistor method, generally there is a temperature difference between inspired and expired air. This temperature is sensed by placing the thermistor in front of the nozzles, and the thermistor is placed by using suitable stand. The thermistor is connected with the bridge circuit, so unbalanced signal is amplified to get the respiratory activity. While using impedance method, that is, this impedance method can be used as an indirect method of measurement. Impedance pneumography is based on the fact that the AC impedance across the chest of a patient changes as respiration occurs. So 50 Hz to 50 to 50 kHz AC signal is produced by the oscillator circuit and is given to the chest of the patient through electrodes. The signal voltage applied to the amplifier block is the voltage drop across the resistance. Usually V is equal to I into R plus R, where R plus Q, where V is the output voltage, I is the current through the chest, and R is the chest impedance without respiration, and Q is the chest impedance due to respiration. The output of the amplifier is given to the demodulator and filter block. Hence, the low pass filter is used to remove the residual carrier signal. The output of the impedance pneumograph contains respirating rate data. Respiration rate can also be measured by using CO2 in expired air. This CO2 method is the measurement It is based on the absorption property of infrared rays by certain gases. When infrared rays are passed through the expired air, which contains certain amount of CO2, and some of the radiations are absorbed by it. So there is a loss of heat energy associated with the rays. The detector changes the loss in heating effect of the rays into an electrical signal. It is used to get the average respiration rate. Two infrared sources are available in this setup, and the beam from one infrared source falls on the test covered side, and the beam from the infrared source falls on the reference covered side. The detector has two identical portions. These portions are separated by a thin flexible metal diaphragm. The detector is filled with a sample of pure carbon dioxide. Because of the absorption of the CO2 in the test cover, the beam falling on the test side of the detector is weaker than falling on the reference side. So the gas in the reference side is heated more than that of the test side. So diaphragm is pushed slightly to the test side of the detector. The diaphragm forms one plate of the capacitor, and the AC signal appears across the detector, and it is amplified and recorded using recorder. The amplified output can be integrated, and it is used for continuous monitoring of the respiration rate. Okay, and the apnoea detectors. The apnoea is the stopping of breathing. It leads to the arrest of the circulation. It can be occurred at the conditions like head injury, drug overdose, and it can also occur in premature babies during the first week of life because of their immature nervous system. If apnoea persists for a prolonged period, the brain functions can be severely damaged. So apnoea patients can be closely monitored. This apnoea monitor is used to watch the apnoea patient's respiration rate. The monitor gives the audio signals and visual signals when no inspiration occurs for a particular period of time. Input from the sensor is connected to the amplifier circuit with high input impedance. So the output of amplifier circuit may be connected with the motion and respiration channel blocks. Motion channel block differentiate motion and the respiration based on the frequency. The frequency below 1.5 Hz is identified as respiration. So the frequency below the threshold is sensed by the negative detector. The output of the motion channel is connected with the comparator circuit. So it compares the amplitude of the motion and respiration based on the output. Corresponding lamp will glow. In the respiration channel, the low pass filter is used to remove the high frequency signal. If there is no respiration, then trigger circuit gives the output to switch from on the allow. Apnoea detector selects the circuits, contains low frequency alarm oscillators and tone oscillator and audio amplifier. So the apnoea period selector circuit drives the alarm circuit. The output of the alarm circuit is connected with the speaker. So when there is no respiration for a period of around 10 to 20 seconds, then the audio signal through the speaker and visual signal through the flashlight can be delivered. Thank you.